Opportunities are the newest types of cinematic missions added to Red Dead Online, and in my opinion, they're actually a lot of fun. You can easily go through these on standard, run in and shoot everyone up, make away with the emerald, ruby or diamond. But if you want to go through these opportunities on Ruthless, then the smartest approach is to go stealthy. In this video, I'm going to be going through the best approaches to all the opportunities that have been added. Before I do get into the video, if you enjoy the content here and want to see a bit more from me, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. We are uploading Red Dead videos every single week, giving you the latest tips and the latest information on the game. So if you want to stay up to date, then make sure you are following the channel. And getting back into the video, I will be going through the Covington Emerald, the Ember of the East and Il Sovrano. These opportunities can be very difficult if you're going on Ruthless, so I will show you the best way to go through each of them. If you are looking for a specific mission, there will be time codes in the description down below. You could just click those and it'll take you to the exact mission that you're wanting to see. The first opportunity to talk about is the Covington Emerald, and there are two different ways that you can go through this mission. The first way and the easiest way is to select the ambush. To get this option, you will need to know exactly where this train is going. This is fairly easy to do. If you head into Saint Denis, you can go to this location where you'll find a guard talking to a road sweeper. And if you just listen into the conversation, you'll hear the lawman say exactly where that train is going. This will then show you the exact location of where you can set up an ambush. Now it's just about backing out of Saint Denis, getting on your horse and riding all the way over to this location. You'll jump on top of the wagon and move this wagon onto the train tracks. Now it's just about waiting. You'll probably have to wait for about 5 or 10 minutes. It does seem like it takes quite a bit of time, but eventually the train will depart the station and it will make its way across, eventually coming all the way to the point of where your ambush is, and it'll stop dead. Now the guards do not react to anything. You'll hear some audio lines, but that's about it. You can wait here as long as possible. No one's going to be walking past, and the guards don't do anything to move the wagon. They just wait there, giving you enough time for you to run all the way to the back of the train. And you just want to take the lawmen out one by one. Most are fairly easy for you to deal with. They are facing in the complete opposite way, so you can just go from behind, use throwing knives, use a tomahawk, use your bow, and you can easily kill them. But there is one situation where it does become a bit tricky, especially on Ruthless when it is free aim. You'll get to the carriage where there is the Covington Emerald, and there are two different guards in this carriage. What you need to do is quickly take out one, and whilst the other one is reacting, trying to reload their weapon, you will need to quickly move over to the other and use the bow, throwing knives or tomahawk to take out the second. This is the only bit that can be a bit tricky, especially if you're not someone that's used to playing with free aim. Once you've killed these enemies, it can be tempting for you to just go and get the Covington Emerald, jump off the train and start riding to the location. This is a mistake. Even though you've managed to go and get the Covington Emerald and you've done it stealthily without being detected, there is still one more guard on the train. And if you do not kill that guard, they will alert the authorities and you'll become wanted. If this does happen, it's not too much of a problem. You can very easily just outride everyone else and make your way to the location. But if you really do want to make sure that this is the easiest as it possibly can get, just take it a step further, going onto the final carriage, kill that final guard, and I also take it a step even further to kill the train driver as well, just in case he does get any smart ideas. Once you've killed everyone on the train, that's when you can go and retrieve the Covington Emerald, and that's when you can make your way all the way to the location to complete the mission. This is the easiest way to go through it. The second method makes it slightly more tricky, but if you do it successfully, you can finish it a lot quicker. For this one, you do not need to worry about the ambush. You'll just go straight to Saint Denis and run all the way to the back of the train. You can use your bow to take out the lawman on the final carriage. You now jump onto the train and hide behind these crates. Now it's just about waiting. Eventually the train will depart, and as long as you stay behind these crates, you will not be detected as the train is leaving the station. Once you get out of the train station, you can start making your way forward, killing every lawman on the train just like in the previous method. As said, this way is a lot quicker. You now don't need to wait for the train to depart the station and make its way all the way over to the ambush location, but it does become more difficult because you need to time each kill. The lawmen on the train are unlikely to be alerted, but if you kill one of these lawmen close to NPCs riding alongside the train, you will be caught. They will alert the guards and you will become wanted. So it's just about timing your kills in between different locations. The next opportunity is the Ember of the East. With this one, there are 3 different ways in which you can go through it, and it all depends on the spawn location. At the beginning of this mission, every single time, I advise you to go to this location first. You can easily just use your horse to ride around the back alongside the train tracks and make your all the way over to this house. Inside, there is normally a guard in the front room. You could just stealthily take them out, and after doing that, you can pick up this note and it will show you the exact location of the ruby. It will either be in the mine, the sheriff office, or the foreman's office. If it's in the mine, this is the hardest spawn location. I haven't successfully been able to complete this 100% without being detected, and it always comes down to the same part. But to begin with, you want to start all the way over at this location, make your way down and then into the mine. There'll be a guard on the right. You can easily walk up to him and take him out. You then want to make your way back to the location and then go all the way to the left tunnel. In this left tunnel, there are 3 different guards. There'll be one in the middle on the detonator, one that walks around the back, and one that stays in around about this area. Yet again, in the order that I read them out, just stealthily take them out. You can now follow this path down and you'll find another guard just standing there facing the complete opposite way. Walk behind them using a tomahawk and yet again take them out. Following the exact same path down, you'll come across another guard standing in the corner. But as you make your way round, you'll also find another guard standing just in front of him on the other corner. This is where you need to be a bit lucky because there have been a few times where I've been detected here, plus you also need to be fairly quick. You can take out the guard closest to you using a tomahawk, and then you need to be quick to use the exact same tomahawk, a throwing knife, or a bow to take out the other guard on the other corner. Once you've done this, everything at this point has been done stealthily and you've managed to kill most of the guards in this mine. But this is where things get tricky. The ruby is now within the other room beside you, but there's about 5 guards in here, and I have not found a way to take them out. It always ends up in a shootout. But because we've taken out the majority of the guards in the mine, you can easily kill the guards from this point onwards, using a shotgun or whatever it is your preferred weapon. You can grab the ruby after killing everyone and make your way out of the mine. The hardest bit is actually getting through the exits. There's 2 different exits to this mine and it normally leads to a lot of different enemies out there. As long as you have a lot of tonics, you can run straight through, up the path, jump on your horse and right to the location to hand this ruby in. The easiest spawn location is at the sheriff's office. The sheriff office is located right here and you can actually start at this location and easily walk and make your way around. It's very easy to get to this location. The issue is there is a locked door and the sheriff is standing out front of it. You'll need to take out the sheriff to get his keys, but you can't do it at that location. Eventually, the sheriff will start his rounds and he'll start walking to different locations. You can very easily walk over to the sheriff door and it does give you an option to kick the door in. If you really want to, you can kick the door, you can get the ruby, and you can run off, but this will alert the guards. The best thing to do is to head all the way to this location. This location, if you remember from earlier, is where you can find the note which shows you the exact location of where you can find the ruby. Eventually, the sheriff will do his rounds and make his way through this house and come out the back. This is where you can use a tomahawk, a throwing knife, or a bow again to stealthily take them out. You then loot his body and then make your way back to the sheriff office following the path that you originally took. Most cases, you do not need to deal with any guards or anything. You can now walk up to the sheriff office, use the keys to unlock it. There will still be a guard standing outside, but you can be at this close proximity and you'll be undetected. You walk in, grab the ruby, make your way out, making sure that that same guard does not see you, run over to your horse following the path that you originally took, and then just follow the train tracks and get yourself all the way to the location to hand the ruby in and complete the mission. This is the easiest process. The final spawn location is the foreman's office. Yet again, you want to start at this location and make your way around just like what we did with the sheriff keys. Now, instead of going to the house, we're actually going to go straight to the end. Here you'll find a guard on the stairs. You need to take them out with a bow, and you'll also find a guard standing at the roadblock. Yet again, it's a smart idea to also kill this enemy. You then want to make your way up and around this path. but be careful of two different guards. There will be a guard on the walkway which can detect you if you get too close whilst he's walking across, and you'll also find a guard overlooking the path. As soon as it's all clear, make your way through and climb up the cliff. You want to head into this building on the left. If you've timed this correctly, you'll find the Foreman on the staircase. You can use a tomahawk to stealthily take them out. But be careful because there are other NPCs and guards in this location. So as soon as you take out this Foreman, instead of looting the body, just go up the stairs again, through this door, and stealthily take out this guard. You then want to make yourself back in, move to the other side of this building, and there you'll see an NPC sweeping. This NPC can be a bit of a snitch, so yet again, just stealthily take them out. This is now a perfect time for you to head all the way back over to the Foreman and loot their body. Now you need to make your way down. It is tempting for you to pick the right side here, but you should always pick the left. There is a guard in the watchtower to the right of you, and if you pick that right side, they will always see you as you're walking down. So if you go on the left and walk down, they'll not detect you. But there in front of you, you'll see a guard on the staircase. Yet again, you can walk up straight behind them and stealthily take them down. You now only need to deal with two more enemies. There's one just outside the door which you need to enter, and there's one on the complete other side sitting down. Use your tomahawk to take out the enemy just standing outside the door, and then quickly use your bow to kill the enemy that's sitting down. Now everything is completely clear. Just use the keys to open a door, collect the ruby, and then make your way back from the path that you originally took. Going up the stairs, making sure that you do not get detected by that enemy in the watchtower, and make your way down the path, also avoiding the enemy overlooking the path. Make your way all the way over to your horse, and yet again use the train tracks to ride all the way to the location where you can hand this ruby in. The final opportunity is Il Sovrano. With this one, you do need quite a bit of patience. But to begin with, you want to head all the way over to the saloon. There's a lot of guards in there, but as long as you stay where you're supposed to be, you will be perfectly fine. You'll not become wanted. You also want to walk in because it will start the dialogue. For most of the time, the target will be upstairs talking, and you'll need to wait maybe about 3 minutes until he actually moves. When he moves, he'll do one of three things. He'll either go to the outhouse, he'll go for a cigarette, or he'll get drinks at a bar. If he gets drinks at a bar, there's literally nothing you can do. He's still heavily guarded and there's no opportunity for you to do anything. So you're really waiting for him to go for a cigarette or go to the outhouse. If he goes for a cigarette, he'll head to the balcony just outside. You can also head outside, but you can't go upstairs because there's a guard on the stairs. So you'll need to be downstairs and head outside that way. And you'll see him smoking a cigarette there on the balcony. Just stand around this area and either use a tomahawk or a throwing knife to quickly get a headshot. And you do need to be quickly because the second that you aim at him, he'll be alerted. If you do this quick, you should remain undetected. You now can walk back inside, and the only issue is the method to get upstairs. There is an easy way to do this, but you just need to be patient. Just like the main target is based on a timer, so is the guard on the stairs. You'll need to wait until the guard on the stairs decides to walk away from his post, giving you enough time to walk upstairs, loot the body, and then head to the next location. The only reason this is a problem is because you can execute the target perfectly without them being discovered. But whilst you're waiting, all of a sudden, a random NPC walking by can somehow miraculously discover the body without going upstairs. This is just a random NPC walking past outside. They'll then scream, it will alert the guards, and whilst you're inside waiting for the guard to walk downstairs, everyone will start shooting at you. This has happened quite a few times, so this isn't the best way to go through it, but if he does have a cigarette and you want to try it yourself, you can go ahead and go for this method. The best method is for when your target goes to the outhouse. This is where you can easily take them out, but there are some things to bear in mind. Firstly, this random NPC is a snitch. He is not a guard, but if you kill anyone in front of him, he will tell everyone, including the guards. So before you kill the target, make sure that you kill this NPC first. As mentioned for the previous method with the cigarette, the guard on the staircase is also based on a timer, and there is a chance that the timings could match up. So at the exact same time that the main target is heading downstairs to the outhouse, the guard on the stairs does it at the exact same time. So there is also potentially a chance for there to be another guard following the target. If this happens, it's still perfectly fine. This is still easier than any other method. You'll just need to kill the NPC first, quickly turn around, kill the guard that's also there, and then you can head into the outhouse and you can kill the main target. One thing worth mentioning is I like to loot the body and run across to the train tracks and keep it as wide as possible from the saloon. I don't even run to my horse in this method, I just run as far as possible to continuously whistling for my horse, and eventually my horse will catch up with me. And this is because there's been several moments where I have successfully killed the target. I've looted the body, and whilst I was walking back to my horse or walking past the saloon, miraculously I've been detected. I don't know how it happens. There's even been occasions where I've jumped onto my horse, went past the saloon perfectly fine, got all the way through roads, and then someone has detected the body, and then they've instantly known that it was me. The only successful way that I've gone through this without any problems is as soon as I kill the target, loot the body, I make my way out of the outhouse, jump the fence, run across the train tracks, and take it as wide as possible. I think this is just bugs in the early stage of this update, but this is what I'm doing currently and will continue to do forever as long as I go through these missions. It's screwed me over way too many times that it's just not worth it. Whichever one of these options that you get, as soon as you've killed a target and looted them, you're still not done. You'll now have a location where you'll need to go to. This will direct you to a location in one of 3 areas, but no matter which area that you get, it's all the exact same. You'll have 5 guards there and they're there to overlook the wagon. You only have 2 options in which you can take them out. You can either use painted black to kill all 5 of them at the exact same time. If you do this correctly, you can do this without alerting anyone. The other option is that you run over and you use stick of dynamite to just throw into the middle of the group, and eventually as each one of them goes off, they'll kill every single one of the guards. Yet again, with this, you need a bit of luck. There's been a lot of instances where I've done this successfully, but there's also been some situations where I've killed everyone and a random NPC walking past has somehow detected them, leading to me being wanted. But at this stage, it is very easy. This is the final stage of the mission. You just need to take the wagon to the location and you've completed it. So even if you don't do this perfectly stealthy, you can still go all the way to the location with no problems whatsoever. Anyway guys, those are all the different opportunities and the way that I go through them all. The hardest one out of everything is the Embers of the East when you get the spawn in the mine. But as long as you take out everyone within the mine and then get to that final point to then use your guns, you should be perfectly fine. If you do have any questions, then feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. Anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going to see ya.